Have you ever posted something completely normal online, then felt your heart suddenly drop just seconds later? For no reason. It is only a photo, a video, or one random thought. That nothing about it should invite cruelty. Then only minutes later some stranger jumps in and leaves a comment, sharp enough to sting your whole body. It is not honest feedback or real debate. Just a few careless words rude enough to sink your mood. The worst part is that the person who hurt you does not even know who you are. In that moment you just want to fire back fast, with something sharp enough to shut them down instantly. You want to prove they were rude, wrong, and foolish enough to pick the wrong person this time. You read it again, then one more time. And somehow, each reread makes the anger burn even harder. A completely normal day suddenly gets ruined by someone you have never even met in real life. Your mouth says forget it. It is only a comment, but your mind keeps holding it there. The truth is, what hurts you is not only the words sitting there on the screen. It feels like being insulted, looked down on, and judged publicly in front of other people. A toxic comment is not just text. It hits your ego and wakes your instinct to defend. You want to strike back, protect yourself, and regain the feeling that you are not weak. Not because they matter, but because they pulled your emotions away and kept them. Stoic philosophy begins with one simple idea. And if you truly understand it, it can save you. Some things are within your control, and some things were never yours to control at all. And knowing the difference is everything. You cannot control other people's mouths, who understands you, who hates you, or who twists you. You also cannot control the way the internet turns so many people into the worst version of themselves. But you always control your response, and that is exactly where real strength begins. A Stoic does not call every insult harmless, because some words genuinely sting and land deeper than expected. But the colder truth is this: the moment you react instantly, you hand them the steering wheel. They spend 5 seconds writing something cruel, while you carry it with you for the entire afternoon. Inside your head, the perfect comeback keeps replaying, as if winning it back would restore your peace. The few words can shake your calm. They have touched more than just your screen already. They have touched your peace. And that is the real loss a Stoic refuses to ignore. Many people think silence means you lost. But Stoicism sees that moment very differently. From the start, a Stoic stays silent not from fear, but from knowing not every fight deserves an answer. Some arguments do not exist to find truth. They only pull you into somebody else's chaos. You think you are teaching them a lesson, but often you are only exhausting yourself instead. Stoicism does not ask you to endure everything. It asks what your calm is worth. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that people act badly when they cannot clearly see what is right. And online that truth becomes even clearer, because chaos always reveals itself more openly there. Most toxic comments reveal poor control, carried anger, and dissatisfaction that has nowhere healthy to go. Sometimes they need to make someone else hurt, just to feel less small for a moment. That pain does not make their words true. Often you are only facing another person's chaos. You are not required to take responsibility for chaos that was already living inside them. So what would a Stoic actually do when a toxic comment appears in front of them? First, they do not react right away. They stop, because rushed reactions always make them weaker. Second, they separate things clearly. If it is useful feedback, they learn. If not, they release it. If it is only an attack, they do not promote it into truth inside their own mind. Third, they remember this: not everyone is sincere enough to deserve an explanation or your peace. Sometimes the strongest response is not replying at all, refusing to let that trash stay inside. The internet will always have people who mock, judge, sneer, and throw their bitterness at others. You may not stop that noise, but you still decide whether it becomes your mood. All day being mature does not mean words never hurt. It means not every word deserves your heart. The world will always have loud people, but you do not have to become loud with them. You cannot control what others type. But you always control what you allow to stay inside.